One.
Mooo, Mariano and the Boys at the Steakhouse, a web series. Episode 1. Two tables are set identically with beautiful white tablecloth, high-end place settings, wine glass, water glass, flowers, and identical vases. We hear the bustle of a restaurant and we see Mariano seated alone looking at the menu. The music, Pomp and Circumstance, begins. Pum, 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 pum. Mariano looks up with great expectation. Slowly, pum, 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 pum. DeLeo enters into his square. And the slow security of royalty, wearing a Burger King crown. Mariano rises and then bows.
Please, old friend, these obsequious acts are no longer necessary. You are the chosen one.
The music rises as DeLeo takes a steak knife and knights Mariano and Eve on both shoulders. We see the tips of the steak knife touching his shoulders. You'll need off-screen help for that. And then with great ceremony, DeLeo takes off his crown and places it on Mariano's head, which is off camera, but comes back on camera with the crown on. Like this, sir.
Kind of like that.
Yes, both so, both characters will have to have a Burger King crown. Mariano stretches his head off camera and then pulls back. He's wearing the crown. He slowly rearranges it on his head, filling himself with the power and role that has been bestowed upon him. Mariano and the Boys inheriting the crown. And each screenshot for each episode would have a different damning quote. So I thought this was a decent for an opener. I would say there is no speaker's race, said Representative Claire D. Cronin, an Easton Democrat and the House chairwoman of the Judiciary Committee. I think when Speaker DeLeo decides to leave, or whenever he does leave, Leader Mariano will be the next Speaker of the House. The Boston Globe said, Mariano, the House Majority Leader, had quietly been gathering votes well before speculation about DeLeo's potential departure for a job at Northeastern University overtook Beacon Hill on Wednesday. Scene 1. Mariano hands DeLeo a motorboard, a reverse act from the opener with the crown. DeLeo thanks him, and they speak briefly about his gig at Northeastern.
Well, I'm not really sure what I'll be doing, but I think I'll be spending some time in the State House still.
You can practice how to teach a class on consensus. Holding up bills for years. How to best manage people and allies. As a former high school teacher, I can say I think you'll do fine.
The wait person appears. Gentlemen, are you ready to order?
I'm between the nice grandpa's sirloin and the power-hungry porterhouse.
Sir, let me suggest the marinated retiring rump roast with a side of lifelong benefits.
Good choice. And wine?
Oh, a 12-year-old Bordeaux to celebrate your very, very long tenure.
Excellent. Remind me to tip this kid.
And for you, sir?
I'll have the fill my pockets mignon, the sound grassroots asparagus, and a double order of boiled wrapped potatoes.
And for your beverage, sir?
Give me an on-tap working class looking beer. I like the aesthetic.
Oh, good. Very good, sir. They watch the wait person exit and then pull their chairs a little closer to each other. Now is when DeLeo shares all of his power-broking techniques, which Mariano acknowledges and admires, and even adds on to. Go to.
Well, I'd have to say that you've done a great job with the latest fuss from those opaque, unaffiliated groups by delaying any change and keeping the rules exactly the same till July. I don't think I have too many lessons to give you.
See, the thing that you never understood is that like you understood well how to put off votes from any legislation coming to the floor and the many different techniques that did, except for the things that you're actually legally required to vote on. We got around that. We just punted the vote entirely for 6 months, and which we very well could put on another 6 months after that, and another 6 months after that, because as long as the old rules can stand, we can keep operating.
After all, it's a 2-year session. We know all about doing things at the last minute.
The thing that's an honest shame is that we even had to come back kind of figure out how to do remote sessions at all. It was the most pleasant experience back in the all of the pandemic tragedy aside, the fact that we could have the whole building operating with just 2 people in the room and everybody consenting to that was practically how it should operate all the time.
Well, it's right. Since we don't have to obey the open meeting law, we can have these wonderful side conversations that nobody knows about on phone, any other way, because we're not even in the house.
Exactly. And here, this is opportunity. Want to hear one of my favorite knock jokes about the legislature? So it's like knock knock.
Who's there?
Oh, actually, is there? The speaker.
Speaker who?
I've withdrawn all of my amendments. Looking one of the.
I don't get it. Okay. Well,
I should have prefaced this about my pretending to be one of the state reps. That as soon as the slightest bit of pressure, they just withdraw everything.
What did you say? What? You added an amendment?
Back to the script.
Why have amendments at all?
So the waiter now brings, excuse me, sir, your bread and butter. You could make a very funny comment on what your bread and butter is.
Oh, who's supposed to do that?
Either of you.
Oh, did the lobbyist at the table over there send it to us?
Yes.
They hear a loud knocking.
They know which side their bread is buttered.
Exactly. They both hear a strong knocking, and they both turn to the left and look. Oh, what a shame. They shake their heads sadly as if looking at a dying dog. And Marianne gestures the rep in. The rep enters the square, same table setting, head bowed, begins to prostrate herself or himself.
Rise, you scum of the house. No, this is not my purview anymore. Ronald, this is your house now.
Your Majesty.
Rise, you scum of the house. What are you entreating me for?
Your Majesty.
Please appear democratic.
Nice touch.
Go. Sorry. House Speaker.
That's better.
Sir, I would like to obtain an office other than a maintenance closet that smells of bleach in the building basement, and a staffer, please. Just one staffer, so I can have a little help.
How dare you approach me? Me, the great. Should that be? And
Approach the great and powerful. It's a line.
okay. How dare you approach the great and powerful?
They're usually they're not as forward as this usually. I'm surprised at this rep. Doesn't know?
The great and powerful speaker. Why do you think your office in a maintenance closet in the basement? Why do you think your office is in a maintenance closet in the basement that smells of bleach?
We're short on space.
So your constituents can't find you for one thing.
Is everything okay, gentlemen? Is there something else I can get you? Oh, you're the third joining you. Shall I get her a menu?
No, all she's allowed is fast food for now.
Waiter shakes head in confusion and exits.
Okay,
And
so
here's your other improv space. So
uh,
with coaching from DeLeo, Mariano explains that when the rep does not vote with leadership, it is deeply frowned upon in a room with bleach in the basement. It is all she will see if this behavior continues. The rep asks all the right questions and promises to assiduously follow all leads from here on. Okay, you guys, try it.
um, this is the way we control our reps, you know. We have all the power and they don't even realize it. They listen to this rep who thinks there wasn't enough room. We know how
Closet
to
is
bribe them.
not, it's not like any of her bills are passing. She doesn't need more than a closet to do that. And frankly, that like, why does everybody even need like kind of need an office in the first place? Why can't we like, frankly, that there are some of my chairs deserve 2 offices for the amount of loyalty that that they have shown and the quote unquote work that I ask them to do. So we might as well just reassign them. They're sweet anyway.
Oh, let
Well,
her Starbucks.
well, when the
Yeah, there's
when the captains of it, when the captains of industry come in, they need a lot of room, and they're not going to bother with that idealistic young representative who thinks he's representing the people. But the big people, they need a big desk and a big office to come in and talk to their reps.
like and honestly, who needs a staffer if we already tell people how they're going to vote? It's not like they need to research anything.
Plus, which they don't even have enough time. We don't like to give them time to read the stuff. You know that. Then they
Oh,
might ask,
exactly. That
who wrote this bill anyway?
Wait, where's our rep?
like,
Rep, let's do some begging here.
I'm just happy to be here. And, it's an honor to be in your presence. And, I hope that one day being in the room where it happens, is going to be worth it all. And someday I hope to have my shred of power as well. And that's all I really want. And so I don't want to take up any time.
So just
you should feel honored that you're in the restaurant with us. Frankly, that's actually an honor.
You better get out of here soon because we got some more important people coming to sit at the table with us.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to go then.
Yes.
are you going to promise to join the team?
Oh, I'm on the team.
So you're gonna do
Absolutely. That's all there
everything,
is the team.
all of their instructions and leads, and they're going to get you a nicer office.
I had these voters who thought that I actually worked for them. They don't understand at all. I work for you all.
He got
Well, you could be more important if you got a chairmanship. You could tell them how important you are.
All right.
So just thank them and bow out, and then you two both reach into your bread basket, drag some crumbs, and throw them.
And throw it at the person.
What-
Oh my God.